Hi again, I'm here with my friend Ria, and today we are going to solve the mystery of fat. So many of us are so reluctant to include fat in our diets, and Ria is going to completely abolish that myth for us today and let us know that fat is actually a really super important part of our diet and which ones that we can use in which aspects of our cooking and food preparation. So I'll turn it to Ria.
All right, so I find when I'm dealing with clients, there's a strong misconception about fats and that fats make you fat. Mm-hmm. But it could be further from the truth. It's the right kind of fats that make you, the right kind of fats do not make you fat, sorry. Mm-hmm. And what you don't see here is like the canola oils, the vegetable oils that are in those clear bottles that line the grocery store shelves. Those are highly oxidized. They have perfume added to them because they're oxidized. They have hexane, which is a petrochemical byproduct, is sometimes added to them as a filler.
That doesn't sound good.
No, and there was a study that they found the vegetable oils actually promote inflammation and increase the risk of heart disease.
Wow.
So it's just
something of the stuff that we typically use to deep fry food, right? Or
yeah,
that
deep frying is the ultimate of oxidized oil.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so it's not the potatoes and the French fries that are bad for you. It's how they're prepared.
Right.
So, and if you remember growing up in the 70s and the 80s, fat was bad. You had low-fat salad dressings, low-fat yogurt, low-fat cheeses. Mm-hmm. That is a problem because in order to make up for the lack of taste, when they remove the fat, they have to add other fillers such as sugar. Yeah. So then what has happened is we have seen such an increase in diabetes, heart disease, obesity. Childhood obesity has tripled over the years. Yeah. And that is because we have taken out these necessary fats. And in Harvard, they compared low fat versus moderate and high fat diets. Mm-hmm. And they found your body's metabolism notched up an extra 300 calories a day when you had a moderate to higher fat intake. The right kinds of fat.
So your body just naturally burns more of its own fat when you ingest the correct fats in your diet.
And it's needed for your cells. You need it to absorb your fat-soluble vitamins such as A, D, E, K, all that. And then another thing is saturated fats. You'll see coconut oil and butter here, which is part of the saturated fats. Saturated fats, there's different kinds. That's what people don't realize. There's long, short, and medium chain saturated fats. And these fats do not cause heart disease. It's a blood sugar metabolism issue that causes the elevated cholesterol, the elevated triglycerides. So that is more the problem than the fats, is the sugar. And
And that's I think a huge part of the dietary problems of our not just our youth, but especially our youth, you know, because it's like they haven't been educated the way that hopefully some of us adults are, and even the adults, like you said, we grew up with a low fat diet, so that's the thing. We didn't realize how much sugar was being like injected into our food and then to our diet. So it's sugar is the enemy.
Fat
is not the enemy.
And then what I have here is the fats that I use in the kitchen. So you got your saturated fats, your monosaturated fats, and you got omega-3, omega-6s. The correct ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 is, where is it? 1 part omega-3 to 3 part omega-6s. Problem is, we are like 10 parts omega-6 and maybe 1 or 0.1 part omega-3. Omega-6 is highly inflammatory. Omega-3 is anti-inflammatory, and that they have to balance each other out. So you will see there's oils here with omega-3 fatty acids as well in it. And then, of course, olive oil, which is a monosaturated fat. And that's why the Mediterranean diet is so popular for healing with heart disease. You'll see a lot of physicians recommend it because these type of oils heal the body.
So anti-inflammatory?
Anti-inflammatory. Yeah. So let's break down what I have here. Yeah. So we got coconut oil. Coconut oil made the news, I think it was a few years ago, and where it was saying the American Heart Association said coconut oil is a saturated fat. It's bad for you. And my response is follow the money. They're sponsored by the canola oil refineries. And What is in coconut oil? Yes, it is a saturated fat, but it's a medium chain fatty acid. And it also contains lauric acid. And that is what encourages your body to burn fat and raises the good cholesterol, because there's different kinds of cholesterol. That's another thing they don't distinguish. Not all cholesterol is bad. Cholesterol is actually a hormone and is needed for your brain health as well. Antimicrobial, antifungal. Then we have butter. Butter was something, when my dad had his heart attack in the 80s, they said no butter. We never used butter because we couldn't afford it, but they always said butter was bad. It turns out butter actually helps in the prevention of heart disease. Organic grass-fed is best because it has higher vitamin A, higher omega-3. Omega-3 is anti-inflammatory, has anti-cancer, and it prevents the plaque forming in the arteries that leads to heart disease. It can also help with your dental health. There was a dentist, Dr. Weston Price, who did a research study back in the 1920s, 30s, and he noticed a change in children's dental structure when they deviated from their traditional diets of whole butters, fats, whole grains. That's when you start getting those orthodontic problems, crowding and stuff.
Oh. So, Ria, do you think it matters if you have salted or unsalted butter, or it's just kind of your taste, right?
Whatever you prefer.
They don't put enough salt in to make it like,
no.
Yeah, because I really find the grass-fed butter like tastes so good.
It's
like it reminds me of the mountain butter.
Yeah.
Like when I go to Germany and I have like the real butter from the mountain. Like there's nothing. It's like put it on everything in thick layers. It's delicious.
And I find depending, like there's some that are local brands that make the butter, and it's based on what the cows are eating. Right? So you'll notice a taste in the butter as the seasons change.
Oh yeah, cool.
Right?
Yeah,
so that's something we have lost. And then underneath the butter we have ghee. And ghee is basically clarified butter. And it's a pure medium chain and short chain fatty acids. It's very easily digested. So if you have a lactose intolerance, ghee is a good one because all the milk solids have been evaporated during the clarification process.
Okay, so if you can't have butter, try ghee. It might be
and it contains
able to digest it.
And it contains a substance that helps heal the digestive tract.
Very good.
And then this is just something I love to use a lot. It's just a mixture of coconut oil and ghee, and it's a local company, 52 Fields. It's also called St. Francis Farm. So these you can buy at pretty much like Fiddleheads if you're local, Goodness Me, Whole Foods if you're in the GTA area. They would carry.
In what like capacity in the kitchen would you use these particular?
These are the high heat cooking.
For high heat cooking. Okay.
They're safe. That's the thing with saturated fats. They remain very stable in high heat.
Okay, so like stir fries,
roasted potatoes.
Okay.
Fry your eggs.
Oven,
Cool. Fry your eggs.
Good.
Then there's also avocado oil. This is not a saturated fat, but it's excellent for high heat cooking, and it's very rich in vitamin E.
Wow, yeah.
And it's been shown to reduce blood pressure.
I wouldn't think to use avocado oil for high heat.
Yeah.
Like
so
you only use it on a salad or something.
Where I've used canola oil or vegetable oil in the past, I now use avocado oil.
Okay. Good to know.
And some recipes call a mixture of butter with oil just to give a nice richer sauce. I will use avocado oil. And always make sure dark bottles. You don't want your oils in clear bottles because oils will oxidize and become damaged, and that's what causes inflammation. This also lowers the bad cholesterol, LDL. That's what avocado is.
Okay.
So now we have the extra virgin olive oil. You want extra virgin because that is ethically sourced in dark bottles, of course, because you'll see virgin olive oil in clear bottles on the grocery stores. They are usually laced with other oils and other fillers.
So they only have to have like a percentage of olive oil to call it olive oil.
Years
but it's
ago,
not really olive oil.
And there was they called the olive oil mafia. That they were lacing the olive oils to make it cheaper to sell.
Make it cheaper.
So this is our local grocery store here in Ayr carries this. Now this is truffle oil, but if you ever are in the Brantford area, the Olive Oil Company, they carry the best olive oils by far.
Oh, cool.
And they're all organic, ethically sourced.
And I love that little local, Yeah.
And they carry olive oils, infused olive oils. So you have like olive wood smoked infused olive oil.
So when you notice in the store and you see like the different prices, say for example, like $20 is like an average price for a good bottle of olive oil. So if you see something that's like $10, stay away.
Yeah,
okay.
So stay away.
So we're going to be paying a little bit more, but again, you get what you pay for, right?
That's right.
It's higher quality, and you won't need as much of it either, probably, right? Because you're going to get lots of flavor from it.
And this is more medium to low heat cooking if you're going to use it for cooking. And so by far, this is what I use for salad dressings. If I'm lazy, I'll just throw some olive oil, some balsamic on my salad.
That's like the best. I love
and
that dressing. That's my go-to.
I have not bought bottled salad dressing in years.
Yeah, me neither.
It used to be a staple in our house, but not anymore. It's just so easy, and I make my own salad dressings, and olive oil is the basis of a lot of my salad dressings. Not all, but a lot. And it's because it's part of the Mediterranean diet, which improves your heart health. It also helps with your brain. It's anti-cancer. Extra virgin is usually the first extraction with very low heat. That's what you want, because the higher the heat when they extract the oil, the more damaging to the oil it is. Heat damages oil. Okay. So that's the long and short of it. Okay. So, and this is just a truffle oil, but I just wanted to show, I ran out of an oil company.
It's called the Olive Oil Company, and they're based in Brantford.
They're in Brantford on King George Road, and they carry all kinds, and it's like a tasting brand. I don't know with pandemic what the rules are now, but you can get infused balsamic vinegars, infused oils, straight up extra virgin olive oil. They carry it all. Truffle oil. This is truffle oil. They carry it all. So what we have in the front are these ones. They're the no heat ones. Okay. So you can use these in salad dressings, anything that requires no heat. So there's different kinds that some people don't think of. There's walnut oil, which gives that nice nutty taste to salad dressing.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And flaxseed oil. That's something you hear a lot. High in omega-3 fatty acids.
Putting it in smoothies and stuff, right? To get your extra fat.
Hemp oil.
That's new.
That's new. It's actually quite.
I mean, it's not really new, but it's new for us to be considering using.
Yeah. So this can be used in salad dressings. And what I like is pumpkin seed oil. Oh, that's very good. It's very thick and black. Yeah. But it's really, really good. And
it's black.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Get a little glass and show you.
See, I would have thought it'd be like that dark green kind of olive oil. Oh, look at that. Wow.
It's very dark and very rich. And
it smells good.
It's beautiful. In some salad dressings you can make it. It's just, that's something people don't think of. Right. And it's high in tryptophan. Tryptophan's good for your mental health, etc. Right?
I'm just picturing that like with lemon. Yeah. And
Yes.
With some
It's perfect. So they're high in omega-3s. So that's really good because that has that right balance of omega-3, omega-6. You've got to keep that in mind. And then this is coconut manna, which is also called coconut butter. Okay. It's very, very thick. You have to put it in like a double boiler to soften it, but it's from the coconut. It's coconut manna, they call it. And it's very thick, and it's almost creamy when it's melted. So it's good like on top of pancakes if you want something a little sweet. Oh, I'm just
trying to picture how to use that.
Some people just put it on toast, but you have to put it like in a double boiler or in like a pan of warm water.
Dig it in.
You know how you decrystallize honey?
Yeah,
you can't do that with this. It's very thick. It's solid. Okay. Because it's that solid part of the coconut meat. And it's really good like on pancakes. You can put it, use it in icings if you're doing a dairy-free icing. Oh, it's good for that. Smoothies, that kind of thing. But it's also a very high fat product, but it's very good because coconut oil will help you boost your metabolism. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are gonna do a couple of creations
Yes.
to show you how to use some of this in nice simple ways in the kitchen. So we'll come right back in a second and start with our first, which is a salad dressing, yeah?
Yes, a quick and easy salad dressing that can be like also used on potatoes, salmon.
Okay, awesome, I'm excited. We'll be right back. All right, we are back and we're going to be doing a nice salad dressing or dipping sauce that Ria has come up with a recipe for. So what goes in this?
This is a ginger and lemon tahini dressing.
I love it already.
So I've got 4 cloves of garlic in it.
So everybody better be eating the salad dressing?
Okay, I'm the type of person that says 2 cloves of garlic, I'll say 4.
Yeah, you double it
I double it up. Yeah. I love garlic, and everybody knows garlic is really good for the immune system.
Yeah. So if you were to use roasted garlic, it has less of the potency.
So, yeah,
the after effects.
And you don't have to put 4 cloves.
Does it have the same nutritional benefits though? Once you roast it. So if you want to take away a little bit of the like
bite?
after dinner,
The bite?
Yeah. The potency, like you smell the next day of garlic, you could use roasted garlic instead?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
These recipes are so easy to adjust to your own personal taste, your own personal preferences. And this is what my family likes. We are garlic lovers.
As long as you're all in, then
it's potent.
It's potent already. We haven't even got in there yet.
So I'm just going to do a quick mince. This is just a quick little.
You've got all the gadgets.
So I have 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. You could do 2, you can do 1, whatever.
Go big or go home.
So I'm gonna go big. And we always say yes. I'm the type of person I will add extra. So, and of course it has tahini. Tahini we know from hummus.
Yes.
So it's made from sesame seeds.
Mm-hmm.
And it's antibacterial, antifungal, has high in B vitamins, which is good for your adrenal health, stress, mental health. Mm-hmm. It has been shown to regulate hormones in menopausal women.
Again, here
I know, and it helps to reduce bone loss.
Let's put extra of that in there.
So that's in there, and I just love tahini. It's just got that nice, and it's one of the higher fats, nuts and seeds. This is again healthy fats. Mm-hmm. Don't leave out your nuts and seeds. And
you get it in the same section that you get your like nut butters in the grocery store, right? Where you look for your almond butters and that. They often have the tahini there. Because I know sometimes I've looked for it and I'm like, I don't even know where to go. Now I know. But.
And they rank the highest in the components that help to manage cholesterol. Cholesterol management, the bad cholesterol. Mm-hmm. So they have those components. Lemon juice. Gotta have lemon juice.
Yeah.
That's about half a cup, which is about 3 to 4 fresh lemons, or you can just use bottled juice.
Yeah.
Now this is nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is used in a lot of vegan cooking because it contains B vitamins, specifically B12, because vegans cannot get that from their diet normally because B12 is usually found only in animal protein products. So that's what this is. It's actually an inactive yeast. So if you have any candida issues, this will not aggravate it. It will help it. It's high in fiber. It's got zinc, again, immune system. It's the 4th most prescribed herbal remedy in Germany.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I've seen it in different recipes, but I didn't really know the purpose of it.
It enhances your immune system.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we need lots of that.
We need a lot of that. Yeah, and it's got probiotics.
And it's fine for gluten-free diet, for all of that stuff. Yeah.
That's what it is. So that goes in there.
See, that is an ingredient I have not used. I've used some of the other stuff for sure, but that one not so much. So that'll be new.
This is ginger. Ginger's good for the digestive juices.
I love ginger. Has made a huge difference in my belly since I started using it on a regular basis.
Yes, and I cheat and get the jar.
Me too.
Another trick that I sometimes do, if you really like the fresh ginger, is peel it, put it in the freezer, and it grates beautifully.
Oh, okay.
Just use a fine grater. Mm-hmm. Parsley. There's about 2 tablespoons in here. Now, parsley is a natural detox. It's been used for thousands of years in traditional culinary cultures. Antibacterial, it helps with kidney stones, bad breath, constipations, gas and bloating, all that is in parsley. It's essential oils. olive oil.
And this is the extra
Virgin
virgin
olive
olive oil.
And then salt and pepper. Sea salt. That's something else you will not find in my kitchen is iodized salt. Sea salt.
Sea salt.
Contains all the minerals.
It's so nice that it's so easily found now too.
Oh yeah, it used to. This is the Redmond real salt, which is
This is a really cool gadget.
I know.
I'm like mesmerized by your gadget. This is great. You can take it with you.
I love it, and it's because like I have a full size food processor,
Yeah.
but for something like this
This is awesome.
it's overkill.
Yeah, and for somebody like me who has a small kitchen,
Salsa,
I want
throw
this.
some tomatoes,
Yeah.
garlic, onion, whatever
I
you
have
want.
not bought a new kitchen gadget in years, but this is going to be my main
This is
kitchen
from
gadget.
Pampered Chef.
It's from Pampered Chef?
So you
Okay.
have to find a Pampered Chef. It's become
Look at that.
creamy. It's got all those healthy fats. And I put this on salad dressings because that's the one thing I find people say, oh, I just use low fat or no fat salad dressing. The part of the problem is of why we traditionally put oil and vinegar on our salads is that the oil and the vinegar acts as a way to transport those fat soluble vitamins that are in the salad ingredients and get it into your cells.
So they have a function, not just taste.
Not just taste.
Yeah.
Yes, it also gives you that taste and texture
Yeah,
you
yeah.
like that we inherently need, because from an evolutionary standpoint our body says yes, we need this, helps us to get those vitamins into our cells.
Mm-hmm.
So I say stay away from low fat, no fat salad dressings.
Yeah.
You want the fat.
Lime, and just from what we've talked about here, the amount of nutrients that are just in this dressing,
So,
let
yeah.
alone
And then you just
what you're
put
going to put
it
it
on
on,
a
right?
kale salad.
Yeah. Oh, and that garlic is
A
not
Greek
overpowering
salad,
anymore. It's
no.
nice. It's lovely.
And then you can take a taste if you like. It smells so good.
I will be the taste guinea
I'm
pig,
in
because
my-
you know me, if it doesn't taste good, I'm not eating it. I don't
And
care
I
how
don't
good
have
it is
it,
for
yeah.
me.
Yeah, just give it a taste, see what you think.
Oh my god.
And it's that cream, because you know
it's
what?
so good.
And the
I
reason
love
I
this,
like
the
this,
tahini in there
Yeah.
that I love too.
what I like is because I
Mm.
used to be the creamy salad dressing girl, right? The
Mhm.
ranch.
Like
or-
Caesar dressing and stuff like that.
I
yeah.
love.
This
so
would make
gives-
a really nice alternative to Caesar dressing.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can even
I'm
add some
sold.
anchovies. If you're into anchovies, you
Yeah.
can add it to this.
Yeah.
And you've got like almost a Caesar's type
And
of
it's
dressing.
so flavorful that you don't need to use very much of it, right?
No.
It's just
I just,
fantastic.
I love
can
it.
imagine it with like chicken or fish as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
salmon, some people love it on the potatoes.
It's my new favorite.
Like, you know, like
I'm
boiled,
excited.
yes, I'm good. Boiled potatoes, like,
Yeah.
I'm Dutch, I grew up with boiled potatoes. I lived off of
Yeah.
boiled potatoes.
So yeah, even instead of using like sour cream and you
Yeah.
know all of that dairy stuff
Stuff.
that really causes us to get that bloating,
Yes.
this is going to have the opposite effect.
So the tahini
Right?
gives you that creaminess
Yeah,
that we
it's
all
so
crave in our dressings sometimes. So,
So good. All right, thank you for that.
all right.
I will make sure that we get that recipe to you as well
Yes.
as part of this video, and we'll be back with another little surprise recipe.
The next one's a treat. A sweet treat.
A sweet treat. Oh, you're just getting
I can't
right to
even-
my heart today with this really
I can't
delicious-
even get it out, but it's a sweet treat.
Awesome. Okay, we'll see you in a minute.
So-
Okay, yeah, we're back now with our final, and I'm sure this is going to be my favorite thing that we've done so far.
This is the Sun Butter Fat Bomb Cups.
Okay.
So I have a peanut allergy.
Mhm.
I developed it with my second pregnancy, and I used to love peanut butter and chocolate.
Like Reese's peanut butter cups. Yeah.
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 And it's off limits. And even now, even if I could do peanut butter, I wouldn't.
Yeah, because now you know
Peanut
better,
butter cups,
right?
I know better. So these are a homemade version. It's a healthy version if you need a little mid-afternoon pick-me-up.
And who doesn't?
And it uses natural sweeteners. So what I did ahead of time was I made the chocolate base.
Okay.
So we got the coconut oil that we talked about, which is that healthy saturated fat, and it helps you feel fuller longer, helps with the blood sugar metabolism. What's in here to make it chocolate is the raw cacao powder.
Okay.
So raw cacao powder. So it comes in a package like this. It looks a little different, and it's the difference between raw cacao powder and cocoa powder that you buy at the grocery store is This is minimally processed. It's from the fermented cocoa bean. And it's minimally processed. You still have those probiotic enzymes in there. You have flavonoids, which is your antioxidants, right? So helps you to age better.
Okay. That's important.
It has more antioxidant properties than tea, wine, and blueberries.
Oh, wow.
And it's
and it makes chocolate.
And it makes chocolate.
Like, that's like an extra bonus, isn't it?
Yeah, there's manganese in it, which is for building your bones. You've got magnesium, zinc. And in 2015, they did a meta-analysis. So basically, they took all these studies, they call it a meta-analysis on chocolate. We're talking real chocolate, not the cheap chocolate you buy at the grocery store, at the corner store, the convenience store. We're talking really high quality, made from pure raw cacao beans. And it can lower your risk of heart disease, prevent blood clots, regulate insulin sensitivity, and boost your mood, because we know chocolate makes everything better.
It sure does.
And then the sea salt that I mentioned before, I will not use the iodized salt. I use this is the real salt. It's from Utah. It has iodine naturally in it. The iodized sea salt has a different kind of iodine in it, and they did a study in the 90s in Iran, and when they introduced iodized sea salt, the increase of Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune condition of the thyroid, increased exponentially.
Wow.
And that is the biggest autoimmune condition in North America, is Hashimoto's thyroiditis. So that's why I use that. So that's in the chocolate base, that's in here, and then I just set it in the freezer. Next, we're gonna do let's do the sun butter filling. So I got sun butter. This is made from sunflower seeds. Oh yeah, there's also maple syrup in there.
Just to add a little.
And we are very fortunate here in Waterloo region that we have access to real, authentic maple syrup. It's anti-inflammatory. It even helps with diabetes and cancer. They've done studies. And it's lower on the glycemic index than a lot of sugars. So that's in the chocolate base as well. So this will be the sun butter filling, which is sun butter, maple syrup, and our friend ashwagandha powder again, like we did in the smoothies.
Ashwagandha powder.
Yeah, which is
I like saying it. Ashwagandha powder.
India. And so we're gonna mix that. It's very easy to mix. And I love, sunflower seeds. It's just so good. Vitamin E is in sunflower seeds. They call it chemo preventative compounds. Basically, it prevents cancer tumors. It blocks cancer tumors in sunflower seeds. Raw organic is best, of course. And it tastes a lot like.
I remember tasting it when we did the smoothies last time, and it really does have a nice creamy texture to it that we associate with peanut butter.
Yeah, this is, depends on the store where they have it. Sometimes it's in the natural value section of the grocery store. The one here in town has it just where the peanut butters are. They carry the sun butter. Goodness me, fiddleheads. So what we have to do next, because these are going to be like pucks. This is where it's going to get a bit messy. So we want
here.
This is the one I want. Here we go. So we do 12 teaspoons. This is where it gets messy. And these are like pucks. It'll sit in the cup.
So you're just making like little dollops on a plate to separate them.
Don't lose count. That would be me. How many do I have now? It's very sticky. And you can lick your fingers when you're done.
I can see this as being a fun little project if you have kids.
Yeah. And the nice thing
I don't know how much of it will end up on the plate, but
the nice thing is it's peanut free. Yeah. So if you have kids with any kind of, or anybody with a tree nut allergy. Now this you can also use. If you don't want to use sun butter, you can use almond butter, you can use cashew butter, you can use whatever floats your boat. But I'm a sun butter fan. So there's that. Make it slightly even. And so I just kind of doop. somewhat even.
Okay, in case you can't see exactly what she's doing,
I'm
she's
just
rolling them into little balls so they look like maybe just a little bigger than a marble.
So next, so this is going to be a caramel date filling. So
Okay.
caramel, we think of lots of sugar, right? This is 5 medjool dates. So as you know, dates have been used in Middle Eastern cuisine for thousands and thousands of years. And it contains insoluble and soluble fiber, which is better on your blood sugar levels. These are 5 dates that have been soaked in hot water.
How long?
It's a minimum of 10 minutes. I did it for about half an hour, so they're good.
Okay.
And it makes a really nice paste, right? It also has calcium in it, which is good for your bones, right? So that's in there. And then we're gonna add, and it's also immune health, sun butter. I need a tablespoon. There we go. This was just easier to do it this way. Scrape her in with my handy dandy tool, fun tool.
Yeah.
And almond milk, coconut milk. We use a coconut beverage, so any non-dairy milk. It's just a teaspoon. Goes in there. And then vanilla extract, because you want that vanilla flavor. And that's a 1/4 teaspoon.
I don't have my glasses on, so you're on your own.
I'm
Not much. I can help with the cleanup. I can't help with the measuring.
So vanilla extract, this is just something I picked up at, I think, Vincenzo's in the kitchen a while ago.
I'm sorry.
No, it's
I
not.
blew it.
Nope. And then we're gonna make this into a paste.
Okay.
So dates is a very good alternative sweetener, and you get that rich, almost caramelization, right? So we're just gonna process it until it's smooth. Yeah. And dates are also prevent the damage of DNA as well. They found that, and improves your bone. The fiber is insoluble fiber.
Yeah, I think the fiber is really one of the really nice qualities, because how often do you ever get something that provides a sweetness, a sweetening component to a recipe that adds fiber as well? That's a rare combination, so
Yeah.
it's kind of important.
There we go. So, this is where the assembly comes in. My hands again. All right.
Ooh, looks good.
And these are just nice to have on hand for a snack. Not sure what that was. So what we do, we got our little sun butter pucks. We just put them in the center. Like that.
Okay, so I'll just show you one of those. So it's just got the chocolate in the bottom, and then we just put the little sun butter blob in the center.
Yep. And it just, there we go. Put that aside. And then we have our date mixture. Let's just plop it on there.
You're just taking about the same size of the blob and adding a little dollop of the date mixture on top of that.
Yep. And this usually takes about 5 minutes in the freezer to set the chocolate base before adding the sun butter and caramel date. And I tend to use dates if anything calls for like a caramel sauce type of thick sauce in a baking dish. I find it really.
Who would ever think? I would never put that together. That caramel and that dates would take the place of caramel.
Well, I think it's because they have that the type of sugar is that like almost molasses-like, right? And it's easier on your insulin levels.
So if you are diabetic and you want to have a treat, it's not a bad way to go.
It's not terrible.
Yeah. I mean, you still have to be
be
mindful, but
don't eat the whole batch.
it's better than eating one of those big Reese's peanut butter cups.
And that's really
Right?
poor quality chocolate that has a lot of fillers in it.
Yeah.
Like,
you're not getting any nutrition and you're getting a big blast of sugar.
it's just sucking the life out of your body, the nutrients. Because we are a very nutrient deficient society. They're finding that majority of adults are nutrient deficient in so many nutrients that help contribute to chronic diseases.
Which is so sad because it has nothing to do with the amount of food that we're eating. You know, that's the piece of it that is, you know, what I'm hoping to, you know, with your help create the shift is that what we put into our bodies is so important. It's not about the quantity, you know, because the quantity is there for so many people, you know, it's in fact too much. They're eating too much food, but there's no nutrients in the food.
Well, one of the things is you hear people say, I'm always hungry. It's because what they're eating is not serving their body. So the body's saying, I am missing nutrients, eat more. Yeah. Eat more. So that's where we get the overfed, undernourished. Yeah. And you're seeing diabetes, heart disease, cancer, everything just skyrocketing. Mental health issues, that's all linked to poor nutrients.
Not feeding the brain, right? Yeah. The cells of the brain require certain nutrients in order to function. Cholesterol is one of the nutrients that is required by the brain. Yeah. It's a hormone. Like healthy fat is really important. Yeah. So this is brain food right here. Isn't that, it's not a good thing to know that all this chocolate and you know, nut and date yumminess is actually brain food.
It's good for you.
Yeah.
All right, now we get the rest of the chocolate. So.
All right, so we've had some chocolate warming on the stove this whole time. So
this
it's
is
nice and liquid, right?
Cacao butter with coconut oil.
This is what we first talked about, what you put in the base.
Yeah, just a small layer.
And put that in the freezer, and then we have the rest of the liquid here left over. That's gonna go now on top, yeah? Yeah.
I'm gonna stir it. Give it a good stir. And it's just been sitting like very minimal temperature, so it doesn't solidify. Right. And then,
and then you just spoon it over top.
Spin it over top. So that your sun butter and date mixture is covered. Now this makes extra chocolate because then I put it in these extra chocolate in the silicone molds, and then that just makes like a little mini, just chocolate fat bomb. Just a little quickie mini one, right? With a cup of coffee. You know how some people love chocolate with coffee.
I love chocolate with anything. It's like a thing now. I feel like, you know, at the end of like sort of, I eat like basically I eat a lot of like small meals, but then I have like one main meal, typically mid-afternoon, like 3 o'clock or something is when I eat, because I'm often just eating alone, so it doesn't matter. I don't have to cater to anybody else's schedule. But after that meal is like when I want to have the treat, the chocolate treat, you know?
Oh yeah, it's comfort food.
Yeah, and for me, I find that the reason why I'm doing that afternoon meal is I just find that I feel better, you know, when I have plenty of time to digest my large meal before I go to bed. I don't like to eat a lot of food, but I don't like to go without any food either, you know, for the entire evening. I'll just choose smaller snacks in the evening time.
So what I'll do is I'll eventually just fill all these cups up.
Okay.
And then I can fill it up later. Do you want to fill it up now?
No, we can do it later. Let's just do this part and here, and you can see that these are really cool.
Oh yeah,
like
I
the little
Amazon.
silicone. Yeah.
Amazon.
I've seen them, you know, a lot of the specialized cooking stores and stuff too.
Bulk Barn would carry them, and you just put whatever's left over after you've done, finished topping up your sun butter. And then
so you don't let any chocolate go to waste.
No, never, ever. And then you just kind of do that.
Awesome.
And then they go in the freezer.
So these trays, both of them will go into the freezer?
Go into my freezer.
Okay.
And then what comes out And what I have done with these is when they were in the freezer for about 5-10 minutes, because right now it's pretty liquid, so I wanted it somewhat solid, I would sprinkle some sea salt on top, so it's like a salted caramel.
Oh wow!
If
Great
that's what you
idea.
want, or
Yeah.
you could put like a raspberry.
I thought it was coconut when I first looked
No,
at it.
hey, you can do coconut.
that, though,
you can
right?
do coconut.
Yeah.
You can do like a raspberry in the middle with
Yeah.
coconut. Like it's just use your
Make
imagination.
them pretty, right?
Yeah, just
Make
use your
them seasonal
imagination.
even.
So that. Let me move this out of the way.
I get to try one. Well, that's right, because you count on me for making the. If it doesn't taste good, I don't care how good it is for you. Judgment, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, have a
Here we
taste.
go. Here we go. Oh my goodness, this looks so decadent. Look at that.
So this is a healthy version. Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
So you got the salt and the dates and the sweetenings. Yeah.
It's like it just melts in your mouth.
Yeah, and that's the thing with coconut oil.
And I didn't expect that. I thought it would be more like dense. You know what I mean? Like it would be.
Yeah.
It's very rich too. So it's gonna whatever chocolate craving you have, this is going to take care of it.
Well, because you're getting all those nutrients, so your body's going to say, okay, I've got the magnesium, I've got the zinc for immune system, I've got all these, and I've got the fiber that's going to all contribute to feeling fuller, longer.
Oh my god.
Keep the blood sugar balanced.
It's so good, but I don't know that I would need to eat the whole thing. Like
No.
I could be satisfied with a half of one.
Yep.
But
It's up to you.
let's just keep working on it and see. I like these little cuties though.
Yeah, this is just the leftover chocolate
Yeah.
made into
How pretty.
just a chocolate
Yeah.
mold. You can even use mini muffin cups, right? If you're,
Okay, yeah. You know what? I am 100% sold, Ria. I just think that this is a lovely, lovely way to add all of that goodness into our diet in a way that actually is enjoyable. And that again is the most important piece for me. Is like if it doesn't taste good, if you don't enjoy eating it, if you don't get joy out of your food, then something is missing.
It is.
You know, there needs to be love go into it. You need to feel love while you're eating it, and you know all of that. It's an experience.
It is an experience.
Yeah.
That's why when you go to like a really nice restaurant that just serves you very slow food, very fine food, and when you look back at cuisines over centuries, it was very basic, raw ingredients.
Yeah.
And I find in our society we've gotten away from that.
Yeah. Everything is convenient,
We're
right?
paying a price with our health,
Yeah.
mental and physical health.
All right. Well, one chocolate cup at a time. We are taking
You
it back.
don't.
We are taking back the power of our health. So thank you for making it so pleasurable, and
Yes.
I'm excited. I'm excited to try these myself, to make them at home, and I'm excited to have you try them too. So thank you again for being with us today. And if you have any questions at all, you can contact Ria, or you can contact me, and I'll help you contact her.
Yes.
And thank you. Happy chocolate. Yay!
Chocolate makes everything better.
It does. It does. Have a great day.